Revocation for the sacred masculine. I call to all spiritual contracts that exist within my past, present, and future beings, selves, and existences in this dimension and time stream, all time streams above and below the earth-centric sine wave of coexistence. At this exact moment, in the ever-present co-creative moment, I summon all DNA lineage ancestors to create a unified, proper, spiritual code of equity, so I may find remedy and resolve with all contracts that have inserted fine print during the pre-birth, birth, and poverty process. I call forth the proper spiritual code of equity to hear my decree of contract removal. I call forth all ancestors of all soul relations to hold space in this spiritual code of equity. I call to Earth Mother and all her light denizens within all inner and outer space to come forward and occupy this spiritual code of equity. Great mystery, who is the source of all power, I call to you. Come with your sacred synchronicity, so all beings may hold space with unity consciousness. I call to Great Spirit who lives within great mystery. You, the powers of Mother Earth manifested, I call to your wisdom in this I am moment. Bless me as I walk this sacred soil. Bless me as I breathe. Bless me as I breathe your sacred air. Bless me as I warm myself with sacred fire. Bless me with your sacred waters of life. Bless me as I learn to walk with personal power. Today I travel the great unknown. Grant me the wisdom to be humble. Grant me the wisdom to love, even when love is not returned. Grant me the knowledge to balance my way of being, so I may heal my family, my tribe, my nation, and our Mother Earth. I am ready to invoke my natural rights as a sovereign male being born to Earth Mother through a womb of a sacred feminine who was also born this way. I revoke all spiritual contracts with all religions I have existed in that do not give full rights, duties, and responsibility in total equity to the sacred feminine and masculine. I revoke all spiritual contracts that retain me in any way, shape, or form, or force me via soul contract to serve in war. I delete all patriot programming that creates a lust for war. I revoke all spiritual contracts that define the male as war-oriented. I revoke all spiritual contract with all government that I have served in during all times of war. I revoke all spiritual contracts that create a war-based, male-dominated military-industrial complex. I revoke all contracts that create a male-servicing sex industry that dominates women in any way, shape, or form. I revoke all spiritual contracts that create a sense of uncleanliness within my sacred masculine expression. I revoke all contracts that keep me trapped in shame, blame, or guilt, created by perverted masculine or perverted feminine personalities. I revoke all contracts with the incubus and succubus grids I may have dealt within all of my past, present, and future lives. I hereby banish the entire incubus and succubus grid from my reality for all eternity. I hereby revoke my entire citizenship to all representations of kingship, dictatorship, religious monarchies, religious councils, or representative government concepts. I hereby permanently remove myself from all Dreamtime societies interwoven with a system of domination and control that caused the erasure of our oral teachers throughout the entire indigenous world. I hereby revoke every decision I have ever made while in service to the system of domination and control. All decisions made for me by a male soul contract holding representative of government are now placed in a proper spiritual code of equity, with all ancestors present, so we may find remedy and resolve, not justice or judgment. I invoke my natural rights as a being of Earth Mother. I was born under the natural laws. With this wisdom of my natural birth, I now reclaim my place in the natural world. I revoke all energetic contracts with all people I have had sex with that was influenced by propaganda-based mass media or pornography. I return myself to the 0 point of the fetus in my mother's womb. I revoke all contracts with all perverted sacred masculine mystery schools who have operated with false information or who have created a patriarchal dominated society. I cancel, cure, or delete all contract that perverts the sacred masculine during the birth canal phase of life. I revoke all spiritual contracts that create a sense of competition between the male species when dealing with any sacred feminine expression. I revoke all cultural taboos that create emotional distancing from woman. I revoke all perverted spiritual contracts that place me in the incorrect sex that I chose before my birth. I revoke all contracts that create perversion of the male expression of sensual behavior. I revoke all contracts that house, hold, or store my sacred masculine energy to promote male-dominated sports, activities, or entertainment that demoralize or degrade the sacred feminine. I revoke all systems of patriarchal domination of the family unit. I return all definitions of family to Earth Mother so remedy and resolve can be endeavored between all families now, healing the patriarch concepts. I revoke all cultural contracts I incarnated or reincarnated with that create a male-dominated society structure. I return the sacred feminine to its right and proper place as equal partners in this co-creation experience of life. I now state with full sovereign conviction that I am now fully present in the mighty I Am Self. I declare from this point forth, I now operate with a permanent spiritual code of equity when relating to healing the divine masculine or feminine, so perversion never re-enters my field of expression. I hereby declare that Earth Mother is now in dominion with me for all forms of interpersonal relations, for all sentient kind existing and coexisting on Earth Mother's realms. I call forth all the ancestors to honor this reading of my free will and enter it into the Earth Akashic record for all sentient kind to understand our freedom comes with the use of free will at all times. Aho.